That's exactly what happened one rainy afternoon when a powerful CEO, used to running meetings, signing million-dollar contracts, and being in control of everything, saw something she could never forget. A poor, tired single father standing at a pharmacy counter, his little daughter's hand in his, trying to return her medicine because he couldn't afford to pay for it. That single act changed both of their lives and left an entire company in tears. The struggle of a single dad. Daniel was a quiet man in his early 30s. Life had not been kind to him. His wife, the love of his life, had passed away suddenly in a tragic car accident when their daughter Emily was just 4 years old. Since then, Daniel worked 2 jobs, cleaning offices at night and stocking shelves at a supermarket during the day, just to make ends meet. Emily was his whole world. She had her mother's bright eyes and gentle smile, but her health was fragile. She had asthma and needed regular medication to help her breathe. The inhalers, doctor visits, and emergency care drained Daniel's already thin wallet. He cut corners everywhere. He skipped meals so Emily could eat. He wore old, torn shoes so she could have a proper school uniform. But one day, when her asthma worsened, Daniel was forced to make a heartbreaking choice. The day everything changed, it was pouring rain when Daniel rushed into a small pharmacy, Emily coughing weakly in his arms. He placed the prescription on the counter, hands trembling. "Sir, that will be $84, the pharmacist said gently. Daniel's heart sank. He had only 40 dues in his pocket, the last of what he earned that week after paying rent and bills. He pulled out the crumpled bills, hoping maybe he could pay part now and the rest later. "I'm sorry, sir." The pharmacist shook her head. "We can't release the medicine without full payment." Daniel's lips quivered. He looked down at Emily, who was trying so hard to smile despite her pale face. His heart broke into 1,000 pieces. After a long pause with tears stinging his eyes, Daniel whispered, "Then, I need to return it." He gently pushed the prescription back. To the witness. What Daniel didn't know was that someone was watching. Sitting in the corner of the pharmacy, waiting for her own prescription, was Clara Bennett, the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. Known for her sharp business mind and strict leadership, Clara rarely let emotions sway her decisions. But what she saw that day pierced straight through her armor. A grown man, clearly exhausted, choosing between food and his daughter's health. Clara's heart ached. She had grown up in wealth, never having to wonder if she'd eat that night or whether medicine could be bought. But she had also lost her mother to illness when she was young, and the memory of watching someone you love struggle to breathe hit her like a knife. Before Daniel could leave, Clara stood up. "Wait." Her voice was firm but warm. Everyone turned to look at her, including Daniel, confused and embarrassed. "I'll pay for it," she said. Daniel's eyes widened. "No, Mom, I can't let you." But Clara had already taken out her card. "This isn't charity. This is humanity. Please let me do this." To the more than medicine, the pharmacist handed Emily her medicine, and she hugged it tightly like it was a gift. Daniel's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice breaking. "I don't even know your name, but you just saved my daughter." Clara smiled softly. "My name is Clara, and you don't need to thank me. Just promise me one thing. Never give up." She thought that would be the end of it. A simple act of kindness. But fate had other plans. A shocking discovery. A week later, Clara was walking into her company headquarters when she noticed a familiar figure. It was Daniel, wearing a janitor's uniform, mop in hand. He froze when he saw her. You're the lady from the pharmacy," he stammered, cheeks burning with embarrassment. Clara was speechless. The man she helped was working in her very building, cleaning floors so her executives could walk on spotless tiles. That day, Clara couldn't focus on meetings. Daniel's wary eyes haunted her. She dug deeper into his file, learning about his struggles, his late wife, and his dedication to his daughter. And then Clara made a decision that shocked everyone in the company. To the CEO's bold move, at the next company-wide meeting, Clara stood before her staff and said, "Sometimes we look for leaders in the wrong places. Leadership isn't just about power or wealth. It's about sacrifice, love, and strength. Today, I want to introduce someone who has all of that." She called Daniel onto the stage. He stood there nervously, confused and shy. "This man," Clara continued, "works harder than anyone I know. He cleans this building at night, but what most of you don't know is that he's also raising a daughter alone, battling challenges every single day without losing hope. That is true leadership." The room erupted in applause. Then Clara did the unthinkable. She offered Daniel a permanent job at the company, not as a janitor, but as an assistant in community relations, where his compassion and resilience could inspire programs to help struggling families. To the transformation, Daniel's life changed overnight. With a stable income, Emily could finally receive proper treatment and live like a normal child. Daniel worked hard in his new role, proving that kindness and determination can open doors no degree ever could. But the biggest transformation wasn't Daniel's, it was Clara's. She realized that her company wasn't just about profits and products, it was about people. Inspired by Daniel's story, she launched a foundation to support single parents and struggling families, ensuring no one had to return life-saving medicine again. Through the inspiring message months later, at a charity event, Daniel stood beside Clara and Emily. He looked out at the audience and said, with tears in his eyes, "I thought the world had forgotten about people like me. But one act of kindness reminded me that humanity still exists. If you see someone struggling, don't just walk away. You might just save a life." The crowd was silent, many wiping away tears. And standing there, Clara knew this was the legacy she wanted. Not wealth, not power, but kindness.